a kicking specialist, a top-flight student, and a Blue Mountain senior committed to Colgate University, Christian Puzzle. From Monterey Area High School, the Golden Bears team captain, the Alumni Association Offensive Lineman of the Year, an all-area selection, and an all-purpose player who seldom left the field, Nolan Fagley. From Marion Catholic High School, a hard-working lineman who earned 4 varsity letters and played on teams that qualified for the playoffs in 4 consecutive years, Pete Dabrowski. From Minersville High School, a versatile athlete, a 4-year starter, and the Batman Miners quarterback and most valuable player. He's headed to Temple University. He's John McBreen. From Nativity High School, the Green Wave team captain, a key part of the offensive and defensive lines, and a distinguished honor roll student who earned several scholarship opportunities, Travis Steele. From North Schuylkill High School, a student scholar and a defensive standout who was all-area, an Anthracite League All-Star, and a coach's dream team selection, Patrick Gownley. Representing Panther Valley High School, he ranks first in his graduating class, had close to 200 career tackles, and earned all-county and all-area honors for his defensive play in the secondary, Nathan Miller. From Pine Grove High School, the Cardinals quarterback and team leader. He ranked second in his class and played on a Twin Valley and an Eastern Conference championship team, Jeffrey Kaufman. From Pottsville High School, the team captain and a defensive end who led the Crimson Tide in sacks, Colby Kleckner. The representative from Schuylkill Haven High School, a fullback and a linebacker with experience and success in championship games, an Anthracite League All-Star and the Hurricanes Player of the Year, Nick Kirshner. From Shenandoah Valley High School, the Blue Devils quarterback who threw for more than 4,000 career yards and earned all-county honors, Ian McCool. From Tamaqua High School, an offensive tackle who anchored the line, and a Schuylkill County All-Star who ranks third in a large graduating class, Jake Marcola. From Tri-Valley High School, in his junior season, he had more interceptions than any high school player in Pennsylvania, and he was named to the WNEP TV Dream Team, a 2-time All-State selection at defensive back Jared Buchanan. Representing Williams Valley High School, the Vikings team captain and most valuable player. He was a Tri-Valley League All-Star and passed for more than 3,600 career yards, Nick Radaichuk. Here to lead us in the singing of our national anthem and representing Tamaqua High School is Amy Hall. Please welcome and join her as she salutes our flag, our country, and the United States Armed Forces with her talented voice. Amy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through
Thank you, Larry, and good evening, everyone. As we pay tribute here this evening to 14 outstanding scholar athletes from the various high schools in the area. But let us also acknowledge the efforts of the school administrations that hone their intellect, and to their coaches, staffs of the various football teams that sharpen their athletic abilities. And also to the Football Hall of Fame chapter here in Schuylkill County, where there are many, many years, over 50 years of honoring hundreds of scholar athletes. And also bless our food, which we're about to eat. In thy name, amen.
The Schuylkill Football Scholar Athlete Organization, Chapter 25, is an affiliate of the National Football Foundation, based in Irving, Texas, and the College Football Hall of Fame, based in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. We're one of 120 chapters in a nationwide network, founded in 1947 by the likes of General Douglas MacArthur, Army coaching legend Red Blake, and the renowned journalist and sports writer Grantland Rice. The NFF and its affiliates are committed and dedicated to promoting the spirit, character, and especially the power of amateur football at all levels, from youth sports sandlots and high school stadiums to the highest ranks of collegiate football. Local chapters like Schuylkill play an important role in the nationwide network, and we're very proud to be part of it. Our Schuylkill Scholar Athlete Program and tradition is driven and guided by our officers and the Scholar Athlete Committee, and it's my privilege to introduce them to you. We start with a leadership team, President Dave Hawley, Vice President, stand please, Vice President Jim Miller, our Secretary Tim Demko, and Treasurer Doug Hawley. The Scholar Athlete Committee, Mr. Joseph Brady, a charter member of Schuylkill Chapter 25 and our Superintendent Emeritus. Dr. Bill Davidson, former superintendent, now a member of the Pottsville Area Board of Education. John Irby, one of our newest members who brought artistic and technology skills to the group. Michael Horomiak, Athletic Director at Tamaqua High School. Dr. Bill Gallagher, former administrator, IE-29 in Tri-Valley and former superintendent at St. Clair. Carl McBreen, superintendent at Minersville area. Bob Mills, one of the most senior and longest serving members of the Scholar Athlete Committee. John Rodaichuk, a veteran member of the selection committee from the West End. Charles Ray, longtime administrator at Monterey area and retired superintendent from Southern Columbia School District. Dr. Andy Smarkanik, former administrator at Blue Mountain and former superintendent at North Schuylkill School District. Dr. Mark Snyder, superintendent of schools at Tri-Valley. Steve Toth, high school principal and president of the Schuylkill League. Charles Wagner, a former principal and now a member of the Board of Education at Pottsville area. And Dr. Jeff Zweibel, the current superintendent at Pottsville. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize the Scholar Athlete Committee for their commitment and dedication to this program and to the schools and students it serves. Schuylkill Chapter 25 began its work and commitment to young athletes in Schuylkill County back in the early 60s. We started with more than 100 chapter members and an inaugural banquet at the Nico Allen Hotel in 1962. Since that time, a long list of people have helped build, support, and sustain the Scholar Athlete Program, and they have come and gone. We remember them always, and especially on Scholar Athlete Night. And each year we include a memorial tribute in our program. We've asked Mr. Joseph Brady, one of the founders of the Scholar Athlete Program, to do the honors and to make that tribute tonight.
Good evening. We pause briefly and invite your attention to the in memoriam page in the program booklet. On this page, we record with sincere regret the passing in 2015 of three very loyal and dedicated members of Schuylkill Chapter 25 of the Football Foundation Hall of Fame. These men joined a long list of very special individuals who built this organization and gave their time and talent to make possible the honors being bestowed upon these outstanding young men seated in front of us. First, Louis J. Piccione. Lou died on September the 6th, 2015. He was the husband of Karen Jones Piccione, a proud graduate of Pottsville High School. He served in the U.S. Army and was a founding member of this organization. Lou was a long-term resident of the Orangeburg area. He was very proud of his Italian heritage and was held in high esteem for his knowledge of local sports, both the players and the coaches. He was indeed a very valuable member whose passing will leave a very serious void among this organization. Second, Gary J. Zerby. Gary died on August 29th, 2015. He was also of the Orangeburg area. He was the husband of Marilyn Herb Zerby, a proud graduate of Tremont High School. Gary later served in the Army Reserves and was widely known and respected for his leadership in the Tremont area. A quiet, thoughtful person, Gary was highly regarded because of his active participation in every phase of this organization. His legacy will serve as a model for others to emulate. Third, Dr. Stan Rakowski. Dr. Rakowski died on November the 7th, 2015. He was, of course, the widely known superintendent of Shenandoah Valley School District. As an outstanding student athlete, he was selected in 1966 to be the scholar athlete from Frackville High School. Stan's life was dedicated to public education. He earned the respect of students, staff, and peers because of always making the welfare of the students his first and most important priority. He has been a loyal, dedicated member of this organization for many decades. I was proud to call him a friend. His work ethic will be sorely missed. In closing, I would ask that we bow our heads for a moment of respectful silence, and for those who choose, perhaps a silent prayer in the memory of these outstanding gentlemen. Thank you.
The main address at our annual banquet is called An Educator's View of a Scholar Athlete. It's a long-standing tradition and an important part of our program. That address will be delivered this year by Mike Janicelli, principal of the Pine Grove Area High School. Mr. Janicelli earned a bachelor's degree in political science at King's College, a master's degree and technology certification at Mooresville, and his principal's certification at Immaculata University. He's currently completing the requirements for the superintendent's letter of eligibility at Alvernia. Our speaker began his educational career in the Eastern Lebanon County School District, where he taught technology and coached football and track. He served as an assistant principal in that same district for 3 years, and then came to Pine Grove in 2012. He's about to do something that no other administrator in Pine Grove has ever done before. He's the first school administrator from that district to deliver the educator's view of the scholar athlete at this banquet. Please welcome the Pine Grove High School principal, Mr. Michael Janicelli.
Thank you, Larry. A couple thanks before I get started. Thank you to the Schuylkill chapter of the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame. Coaching staffs for your endless amounts of hours you dedicate to help and guide the young men in this room. Players for making the choice to play the amazing game of football. Most importantly, parents and family for supporting your children through the highs and lows of high school athletics. And finally, to Scotty Warner, for winning last year's award, which leads me here tonight. An educator's view of a scholar athlete. I would like to start with a question. What came first, the scholar or the athlete? You can make a case for either. Did the discipline of academia bleed over into athletics, or is it the opposite? Did athletics provide the discipline needed for the student to become a scholar? We are all different with different stories, but for the freshmen in this room, their story has yet to be written. Therefore, one of my jobs tonight is to challenge the freshmen in this room, to challenge the freshmen to compete both on and off the field, to one day represent their high school, their coaching staffs, and most importantly, their family as a future football scholar athlete. The young men in the front row tonight have figured out what it takes to represent their high schools on tonight's football scholar athletes. Congratulations to you. A football scholar athlete means that you work as hard in the classroom as you do under the lights on Friday night. We can compare the word scholar to one's mind and the word athlete to one's body. As freshmen, we are developing both our minds and our bodies. Do the freshmen here tonight challenge their minds as much as they challenge their bodies? The seniors do. That is why they are being honored here. We can all relate in some way to the following questions. While in high school, did you or will you challenge your mind as much as you challenge your body? Think about it. When you're in the weight room, the intensity to do one more rep. On the football field, gaining one more yard. Playing another sport. Your PE class. When an athlete sells out, plays the game of his life, we all celebrate it because we all get to witness it. How often, freshmen, have you given that same effort in a classroom? In English class, Shakespeare, writing a paper, giving a speech. Should there really be a difference between proofreading an English paper one more time and one more set of power cleans? The group of seniors in front of me would say, there is no difference. For the seniors in the front row, 4th and 1 on the goal line to win the biggest game of your high school career. How hard did you try? 100%? 110%? Did you give the same effort on your SAT? Your ACT? I'll bet you did. How about the AP exams that you may be taking shortly? 100%? 110%? No doubt you will give that. You see, for a true scholar athlete, final exams and 4th and 1 are all the same. That is what makes them great. So who was this guy who was just introduced? The degrees. Me? More than one? As a senior in high school, my parents crossed their fingers that I would go to college. Hopefully graduate. It wasn't that I was a bad student, just a little stubborn from time to time. You see, as a freshman about 30 years ago, I was no different than a lot of the freshmen here. Football became my life. I grew up in the small town of Susquehanna, Pennsylvania, in the northeastern corner of the state. Graduating class of about 67 students. The Sabres, you got it. I will be the first to admit that if you polled my high school teachers, they would say that Mike Janicelli was an athlete scholar, not a scholar athlete. Looking back, I wish that was reversed. You see, there comes a point in your life when you are no longer an athlete. It doesn't mean that suddenly you are no longer athletic. It just means that Friday night or Saturday afternoon is no longer your stage. It means that if you haven't been a scholar, you better start. As you grow older, it is not about how fast your legs will run, but rather it is about how fast your mind can process. To the seniors, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. I am sure that you have heard this before, but up until this point, you have been the big fish in the small pond. In a few short months, life is going to become a little more challenging for all of you. As a scholar athlete, my bet is that you've come close to maxing out your body's potential. However, I would also bet that you've just begun to scratch the surface of your mind's potential. Continue being the best at everything you do. Always rely on your mind, but never forget about the lessons of the amazing game of football has taught you. Good luck, and thank you very much for allowing me to represent Pine Grove, and congratulations last year to Scotty Warner, and congratulations to the individuals in front of us here tonight. Thank you.
The 55th football scholar athlete in Blue Mountain High School's long, proud history is Christian Puzzy. He lives in Orgsburg and is the son of Dr. Joseph and Kelly Puzzy. Christian played 4 varsity-level sports at Blue Mountain, and he played all of them exceptionally well. He made the transition from an all-star soccer player to a kicking specialist on the gridiron, a kicker who was ranked among the best in Pennsylvania, and one with the talent to play at the collegiate level. In his junior year, Christian took over all the kicking duties for the Eagles. He boomed kickoffs into the end zone, converted 93% of his extra point opportunities, and kicked the game-winning field goal in the 2015 Eastern Conference AAA championship game. In an injury-plagued senior year, he still played a key role in a 9-2 season that ended in the District 11 AAA playoffs. His restricted play was good enough to earn all county honors, a spot on the coach's dream team, and a Pennsylvania Football News all-state selection. Head coach Corey Maybury said, "Christian was a huge reason for our team's success. We were blessed to have both a kicker and a punter in one outstanding player, and he gave us advantages many other teams do not possess." Christian ranks near the top of a large graduating class. He's a member of the National Honor Society, Nu Alpha Theta, Phi Sigma, and the Science, English, and Social Studies Honor Societies, all indicative of high achievement and academic excellence. He earned numerous scholarship offers and an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point, but instead chose the Ivy League and Colgate on National Signing Day in February. Principal Kevin Berger said, "Christian is an exceptionally bright young man with an excellent work ethic. He's polite, dependable, and a pleasant addition to our classrooms. He possesses many leadership qualities, gives his all in everything he does, and he accepted the challenges of our most rigorous honors and advanced placement courses. A kicking specialist, a top-flight student, and a Blue Mountain senior committed to Colgate University, Christian Puzzy." Mr. Tom Smith, high school principal, presented Nolan Fagley as the 2016 Scholar Athlete from Monterey area. He described him this way: a combination of hard work and ability, a leader and a winner, a catalyst who knows how to bring people together for a positive common cause, and a Scholar Athlete we are honored to have representing our school. Nolan follows tonight in the footsteps of his uncle, Dr. Paul McCabe, the Scholar Athlete from Monterey area in 1979. Nolan stepped on the football field as a starter in his freshman year, and in the words of Coach Dave Holman, he was extremely versatile, fast, physical, and intelligent on both sides of the ball. He became the team's best lineman, started on offense and defense, and was there with all the special team units in most games. He literally never left the field. Nolan was captain of the baseball, football, and wrestling squads. He was all-area, an Anthracite Football League and Standard Speaker All-Star, and the Monterey Area Alumni Association Offensive Lineman of the Year. Nolan was an outstanding wrestler. In 2016, he won a Schuylkill League championship and qualified for state competition. Coach Mark Lawrence said, "He's more than an athlete. He's the equivalent of having another coach in the room." Nolan is class officer, a student council president, and an FBLA leader. He's involved in a long list of extracurricular activities in addition to sports. Students Against Destructive Decisions, Teens Against Tobaccos, the Rotary Interact Club, and the Youth Summit Conference, to name a few. He has devoted community service time to Meals on Wheels, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Senator Rhodes Golf Tournament and Track Meet, and Blessed Teresa of Calcutta Parish. Nolan is a distinguished honor roll student and a member of the National Honor Society. He's been offered a scholarship to King's College and has been accepted at Penn State. He hopes to earn a degree in civil engineering. Nolan's parents are Wayne and Cheryl Fagley of Barnesville, a workhorse on the football field, a fine athlete, and a highly regarded student in the Monterey area school community, Nolan Henry Fagley. "2015 was Coach Stan DeCosti's 39th season, and as it began, he stood on the verge of a cherished milestone we all knew would come. It happened in week 4 at Rotary Field in Schuylkill Haven with that 300th win of his illustrious coaching career. Only the 12th football coach in Pennsylvania history to reach that mark. Our special scholarly athlete congratulations again to Coach DeCosti, and our thanks for one of the most memorable nights of the 2015 football season. An important part of that historical game is standing before you. He's a down lineman named Peter Dabrowski. He is this year's Marian Catholic High School Scholar Athlete. He comes to us from his home in Lake Harmony in the Poconos, where his parents, Angelo and Carrie, are well-known members of the business community. Pete enjoyed a high school playing career characterized by a lot of success. His teams made it to the playoffs 4 times. He started on teams with 3 consecutive winning seasons. He played in 3 championship games, and his teams captured Eastern Conference and District 11 titles. He is also the recipient of the Burlsworth Character Award. Pete's coach called him, without question, a tough, hard-nosed football player, our hardest worker, and a class act on and off the field. Peter is a member of the National Honor Society, the Spanish National Honor Society, FBLA, Student Council, and the Peer Listeners Group. He worked with the Lake Harmony Watershed Preservation Group and devoted many community service hours, cleaning storm drains, moving stones, working on water projects, and helping preserve the natural beauty of the lake. That work was formally recognized by the Lake Harmony Watershed Board of Directors. Pete ranked near the top of his graduating class and has accepted a Dean's Scholarship to Dickinson's College, where he expects to play football and study geology. Veteran high school principal Sister Bernard Agnes said, "He is a soft-spoken Christian gentleman and an outstanding young man, one you could always count on when some important job had to be completed. A winner and a champion, an outstanding student who carries a 4.0 grade point average and destined for a professional career in the earth sciences, one of the men of Marion, Peter Angelo Dabrowski." A 4-year member of the Schuylkill County Junior Advisory Board, president of SAD, and Minersville's Senator for a Day representative, and he devoted more than 100 hours to community service. He is a recipient of the Presidential Award for Academic Excellence, a recipient of the Minersville High School Academic Achievement Award, and a member of the National Honor Society and the exclusive 1700 Club. John earned and received scholarship opportunities from Susquehanna University, Mount Union University, Washington and Jefferson, and Temple. His choice was Temple, and he hopes to enter a pre-med and biology program. High school principal James Grabowski said, "John McBreen is upbeat, intelligent, and extremely friendly toward everyone he meets. He's the type of student that makes the school a special place, and the type of person we want our younger students to emulate." The scholar athlete from Minersville Area School District, please meet welcome and congratulate John McBreen. As you can see, John is on the disabled list. He had surgery last Thursday for a torn ACL suffered in the basketball playoffs, and we thank the committee members who assisted him tonight, Tim Demko and Charlie Ray. And our special thanks to John for being here and making the special effort to do so. The 2016 Scholar Athlete from Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary High School is Travis Steele. He lives in Pottsville and is the son of Richard Steele and Karen Frenchick. During his high school years at Nativity, Travis played football, basketball, and ran track. In football season, he was a lineman who played both ways, a mainstay on special teams, and captain of the team in his senior year. Coach Tony Klazes said, Travis displayed a tireless work ethic. He was often his own worst critic and did everything he could to get better. He will be sorely missed by the Green Wave family. Travis ranks 8th in his class. He's a distinguished honor student and has been inducted into the National Honor Society. He earned recognition for academic excellence in a number of important mathematical subject areas, including accounting, algebra, and trigonometry. He earned college credits while in high school in advanced pre-calculus and advanced physics through Alvernia's dual credit program. Principal Lynn Sable expressed her pride in these words, Travis is an exceptional young man and a diligent student who is always striving for excellence, a dynamic, accomplished, community-minded student with a very strong record of academic achievement. Travis was a student ambassador and a member of the Rotary Interact Club and a St. Patrick's Church and Rotary Charities volunteer. His community service projects included the Knights of Columbus Thanksgiving program and the Giving Our Gift Children's Hospital program. In addition to all those extracurricular activities, he held down a part-time job at Boyer's Food Market for the last several years. Travis has several scholarship opportunities and has been accepted at a number of colleges, including Elizabethtown, Wilkes, Lebanon Valley, St. Joseph's, and the University of Scranton. He expects to pursue a degree in business administration. The Scholar Athlete representative from the Proud School on Lawton's Hill, Hilltopper Travis Steele. The Scholar Athlete from North Schuylkill High School is Patrick Gownley. He comes to us with a good deal of Scholar Athlete history, a proud line, and a family of exceptional football players that must have been a hard act for him to follow. Pat's uncles, Tom Demko and Dr. Ron Bloss, were Monmouth area Scholar Athletes back in the 80s. His cousin, Ed Pavalko, and his brother, Matt, were North Schuylkill's representatives, who won both of whom won the Schuylkill County Scholar Athlete Award in recent years. Pat Gownley's scholastic football career got off to a tough start. He suffered a season-ending injury on the opening kickoff in the very first game in his freshman year. That didn't deter, stop, or even slow him down. He worked hard, and he emerged as a well-established force on the Spartan football team, a defensive standout who was all-county, all-area, an Anthracite Football League All-Star, and a Dream Team selection, honors he earned in both his junior and senior seasons. Coach Wally Hall had high praise for his Scholar Athlete. Coaching Pat Gownley has been memorable, rewarding, and an honor. He fits the Scholar Athlete mold like no other student athlete I have ever had the privilege to coach and know. On the football field, he was a warrior, fearless and courageous. He exhausted his abilities mentally and physically for the team and the school he loves, and his leadership on and off the field was something you cannot teach. Pat Gownley is an outstanding student. He ranks near the top 10% of his class, and he's been inducted into the math, science, social studies, music, and national honor societies. Pat played a lot of football and ran track for the Spartans, but he somehow found time for a very long list of clubs and organizations, school activities, community service projects, and even a part-time job. FBLA, Students Against Destructive Decisions, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and junior firefighters are just a small sample of his involvement. He's recognized as a student leader in the school, vice president of his class, a U. O'Brien youth leadership representative, president of the FBLA, the President's Club, and the Captain's Club. Pat demonstrated a considerable interest and talent in the arts. He's a member of the school chorus, the county chorus, and theater arts club. He played a lead role in 2 school theater productions, and he had a first place photo entry in the Schuylkill County Student Arts Exhibit. Ken Roseberry, high school principal, gave this assessment. Over the past 26 years of my involvement in secondary education and athletics, I have not met a more deserving young man. His involvement in school activities is as impressive as it is long. You will not find a more well-rounded person. He's a strong leader in the classroom, in sports, and in our school building. Guidance counselor Melissa Lorady wrote, Patrick has been more than an ideal student at North Schuylkill, a multi-sport athlete who excels in the classroom and is looked upon for his exemplary leadership skills. He is one of the top students I have encountered in my professional career. Pat has a strong interest as well in pursuing a degree in civil engineering. He expects to do that at Villanova, where he'll join his brother Matt and sister Maura. A hard-working, high-achieving student from a scholar-athlete family and a Villanova family, North Schuylkill's Patrick Gownley. Panther Valley's choice for scholar athletes this year is Summit Hill product Nathan Miller. He's the son of Christian Casalco and Josh Miller, and he ranks first in his graduating class. Nathan was a member of the varsity football squad for 4 years and a solid, reliable performer for head coach Matt Davis. He played tight end on offense and switched from linebacker to defensive secondary in his senior year. Nate had close to 200 tackles and 4 interceptions over the last 2 seasons. He was a standard speaker and Times News All-Star, All-Schuylkill County, and All-Area, the Panthers team captain the last 2 seasons, a coach's dream team selection, and the recipient of the Major William Whitehead Memorial Football Award. Coach Davis said, Nate was a field general and an extension of the coaching staff. He's everything you could ask for in a student athlete, the perfect role model for younger players, and he's the type of kid that you can build an entire program around. Principal Joe Gunnell states, Nate is a quiet, confident leader who is known for his strong work ethic and dependability. He's the consummate team player who gives it everything he's got on every down and every play. Nate is a Harmony Scholar and an asset to his school. He was on the Distinguished Honor Roll every marking period, every year for the last 5 years. He's been vice president of his class since 8th grade, and he's vice president of the National Honor Society. He provided a significant amount of community service time to youth sports programs, elementary support activities, church projects, and the local food pantry. Athletic director Kristen Black made it clear, Nate's excellence in the classroom has been the hallmark of his career while attending Panther Valley Junior High School. His enthusiasm for learning and studying are rivaled only by his enthusiasm for competing and winning on the field and on the basketball court. His spirit and positive attitude were on exhibit each time he and the football or basketball teams took the field or the court. Nathan plans to continue his education at University Park and pursue a Penn State degree in risk management and actuarial science. Nathan's brother Kyle Ferryman was the Panther Valley Scholar Athlete Representative in 2014, and tonight Nate adds his own name to that prestigious list. Please welcome the likely valedictorian of his class of 2016 and the Scholar Athlete from Panther Valley High School, Nate Miller. Valley Scholar Athlete Award a year ago, and tonight adds another high-achieving student to the class of 2016 and to their school Scholar Athlete list. Jeff Kaufman ranks second in his class, and his proud parents are George and Sherry Kaufman. Jeff played quarterback and wide receiver for the Cardinals in his senior season. He also played in the defensive secondary and earned a spot on the kickoff teams. In his sophomore year, he was part of the 2013 squad that captured the Twin Valley League Championship and an Eastern Conference title. A year later, his team reached the Eastern Conference AA Championship game. Coach Jeff Sampson described Jeff as a team player year in and year out, a disciplined, committed player with the kind of positive mental attitude all coaches seek. It was an honor to have been his coach. Jeff also played baseball and football for Pine Grove, and his academic pursuits led to membership and involvement in the National Honor Society, FBLA, the Literary Society, the History Club, and the Accounting Club. He provided support for Pine Grove's Reading Fun Run, Trick or Treat Night, and the football parade. He handled scoreboard duties for the softball team and had the distinction of serving as a young guest speaker at the midget football program, Banquet. High school principal Mike Giannicelli said, "Jeff is a true scholar athlete who demonstrated leadership and challenged himself with honors and advanced placement courses throughout high school. Jeff has been accepted at Penn State's main campus, and he qualified for an academic scholarship at Lebanon Valley College. He has his eye on a degree in accounting." The 2016 Scholar Athlete from Pine Grove Area High School, Jeffrey Kaufman. The next Scholar Athlete representative made his presence felt and left his mark on the football field, the wrestling mat, and in the halls and classrooms of Pottsville High School. Head coach Tom McGoey sees it this way. Kobe Kleckner's high school career can be summed up in two words: determination and personality. He was one of the hardest working players I've had the pleasure to coach over the last 3 years. Kobe has been an impact player since his sophomore year, when he hit 2 game-winning field goals. He started at defensive end the last 2 years and led the team in sacks in his senior season. Kobe always seems to brighten up the room he's in. As one of our team captains, his upbeat attitude and determination kept our team going early in the season when things looked tough. Kobe started his wrestling career in elementary school, and as a 6th grader was an Eastern National qualifier. In his senior year, he captured the 100th career victory on the mat. Wrestling coach Gary Keener summed him up by saying, "Kobe has been a varsity letter winner for the past 4 years. During that period, I watched him grow into a poised, accomplished wrestler. As a 2-year captain, he twice led his team to districts where they captured their first ever win in district tournaments. Kobe was twice selected to the Pennsylvania Wrestling Coaches Association All-State Academic Team, a truly remarkable feat that shows his ability to balance academics and athletics. He is an exceptional individual who is destined to be a leader." A glance at Kobe's resume leads us to believe he easily and more than met his school's community service requirement. Wrestling tournaments, Little League, Special Olympics, Relay for Life, United Way, and Kids Peace of Pottsville are just some of the projects that occupied his time. He was actively involved in the school community, as well as a member of the Ecology and Leo clubs, president of the French Club, and a student council representative. High school principal Tiffany Reedy said, "I've been Kobe's principal for the last 7 years and have watched him mature and progress as a student athlete. He has shown great dedication in sports and coupled that with a strong commitment to academics." Guidance counselor Ellen King added, "Kobe is a mature young man with a deep sense of purpose. He's sensitive to others, a great team player, and he earned the respect of both his peers and the faculty." Kobe's parents are David and Lenore Kleckner. Their son has been accepted at Kutztown University, where he hopes to major in criminal justice and plant the seeds for a career in law enforcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 Crimson Tide Scholar Athlete, Kobe Kleckner. Schuylkill Haven coach Mike Farr said his scholar athlete representative represents the ideal qualities he wants to see in players. Hard work in the classroom, active in the community, and demonstrating a relentless effort to improve mentally and physically on the football field. Coach Farr was talking about Nick Kirshner, a role model for future Hurricanes and Haven's newest scholar athlete representative. Nick Kirshner can look back on a high school career that included a considerable amount of team and personal success. He played on the 2012 Eastern Conference Championship team. His 2013 team won the District 11 Championship and made a state playoff run. And the 2015 Hurricanes captured yet another Eastern Conference trophy. Nick played fullback and linebacker, and he was an important factor on both sides of the line. He was Schuylkill Haven's Player of the Year, an Anthracite Football League All-Star and All-County on both offense and defense. High school principal Sarah Yoder said, Nick is a very respectful student athlete and has guided his peers with a quiet leadership style. He consistently strives to do better, and his great work ethic has translated into achievements inside and beyond the school walls. Beyond the school walls has included working as a camp counselor, donating blood for the American Red Cross, volunteering time for Meals on Wheels, and working at the Bar Fitness Gym and Providence Place for senior living. Nick is the son of Chris and Heather Kirshner. He's an honor roll student whom English teacher Janet Whalen described as a great leader who was a pleasure to have in class and a student who stepped up and challenged himself in my honors classroom. Nick has been accepted at Bloomsburg, Rockhaven, and Kutztown. He's giving Kutztown the inside track and is interested in a criminal justice degree and a career in corrections. The 2016 scholar athlete from Schuylkill Haven High School, the Hurricanes' Nick Kirshner. The late Stan Murkowski put his heart and soul into all of the things he thought were important. Fortunately for us, the Scholar Athlete program was one of them. He had a significant, lasting impact on Shenandoah Valley and took a lot of pride in his school district. Dr. Murkowski, a Scholar Athlete himself, who once accepted the award at a banquet like this, and a major player in Schuylkill Chapter 25 for decades, left many good things behind. Among them, the newly named Stanley Murkowski Scholarship Award and Scholarship Fund. The first recipient of this award, which has a special significance to all of us, is the scholar athlete from Shenandoah Valley, Ian McCool. Ian's leadership ability is obvious and impressive. He was captain of the football, basketball, and baseball teams, and an acknowledged all-star in all three of those sports. He's a class officer, a member of student council, and a Schuylkill Youth Summit representative. Ian was the Blue Devils quarterback and a leader on the field. Head coach Kevin Belinsky had a lot to say about his senior standout. Here's some of it. Ian McCool has been involved with our football program since he was in junior high school. His leadership qualities were evident every day in practice and exemplified on Friday nights. His intelligence and skill allowed him to do many things on the football field that most high school football players cannot do. He could recognize coverages and defensive schemes, run through multiple progressions, and execute high-quality decisions on the fly. When we needed him to play defense, he was the captain in the secondary, setting the alignments and making the defensive checks. It was an honor to coach him, and he helped set and build an important foundation for our team. Ian is the son of Frank and Gail McCool, and he ranks 8th in his class. He's been a Shenandoah Valley Perfect Honor Roll student for 4 years, and he's a member of the National Honor Society. He's been active with many service projects in his school and his community, including the local blood drive, Special Olympics, Toys for Tots, and youth sports events. Veteran Principal Phil Andrus, a longtime part of the Shenandoah Valley School District, stated Ian personifies the highest standards of performance, leadership, and character. He is a model student athlete and one in whom we at Shenandoah Valley have the greatest pride. He always represents himself and our school with distinction. Ian has been accepted for admission at Misericordia, Lebanon Valley, and the University of Scranton. He plans to major in physical therapy and continue his baseball career when he gets to college. The scholar athlete, who passed for more than 4,000 career yards, only his second player in Blue Devil history to do so, a three-sport star from Shenandoah Valley, and the first recipient of the Dr. Stanley Rakowski Scholar Athlete Award is Ian McCool. Our next scholar athlete is an honors student enrolled in the college preparatory curriculum at Tamaqua High School. Jake Marcola ranks third in the top 2% of his class. He earned advanced placement credits in physics, calculus, and Spanish. He's a member of the National Honor Society, as well as the Math, Science, English, and Spanish Honor Societies. Guidance counselor Sabrina Halleck said, Jake is an excellent student, involved, respectful, and driven. He's also an accomplished medal-winning weightlifter and an offensive tackle selected to play in the Schuylkill County All-Star Game. Jake is a 2016 recipient of Tamaqua's coveted Butterworth Memorial Football Scholarship Award. Coach Sam Bonner told us that Jake was a leader on the Raiders' offensive front and the anchor of the line. Not only did he know all his assignments, but he assisted his teammates with theirs. An extremely hardworking athlete, made up for lack of size with a strong dedication to his sport. Jake is dedicated to his school and community as well. He's vice president of the Biology Club, treasurer of the World Languages Club, and a Science Olympiad participant. He provided community service hours to the American Cancer Society, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Meals on Wheels. High school principal Steve Toth said, Jake is what I consider the whole package. He has an excellent academic record. He's tough and tenacious on the football field, and he's a gentle, caring, polite person off it. Jake is the son of Christopher and Christine Marcola of Andreas. He plans to major in mechanical engineering at Penn State or Wilkes University and to enroll in the Air Force ROTC program. From Tamaqua High School, an excellent student, a team leader, and a tough football player, scholar athlete Jake Marcola. Representative from Tri-Valley High School is Jaden Buchanan, an award-winning quarterback and defensive back who led the Bulldogs to a 9-3 season and strong runs at both the Tri-Valley League and District 11 titles. Jaden played wide receiver in his sophomore and junior years, and in Coach Ulickney's words, excelled at that position in what was really a run-oriented offense. 30 receptions and more than 400 yards gained and 12 touchdowns. He made the difficult transition to quarterback in his senior season, where all he did was pass for 1,300 yards, throw 10 touchdown passes, and lead the team in rushing. Jade was also a force in the secondary. In his junior season, his 13 interceptions ranked second in the nation and first in the state. His stellar play earned him all-state honors, selection to the WNEP Dream Team, and the Tri-Valley League, Schuylkill football coaches, and Republican Herald all named him their Defensive Player of the Year. Coach Ulickney said, Jaden ranks right up there with some of Tri-Valley's best. He accepted the challenges, didn't disappoint anyone, and deserves the accolades he received for his accomplishments. Jaden is a class officer, a student council representative, a member of FBLA, and a Big Brothers Big Sisters volunteer. He has his sights set on medical school and hopes to begin that journey by majoring in biomedical engineering. He's been accepted for admittance at Catawba College in North Carolina. Jaden is the son of Jason and Sharon Buchanan, and they make their home in Valley View. An outstanding, accomplished athlete, one of the area's best football players, and an all-state defensive back from Tri-Valley High School, Jaden Buchanan. The scholar athlete representative from Williams Valley High School is Nicholas Rodaichuk. He's part of a talented athletic family that includes his brother Patrick, the Williams Valley Scholar Athlete in 2007. Nick was an acknowledged leader, admired for his skill, talent, and toughness. He was captain of the basketball and football teams and the Vikings' most valuable player in both sports. He scored more than 1,000 points on the basketball court, and he threw for more than 3,600 career yards on the football field. He was a Tri-Valley League All-Star, the recipient of the League Coaches Award and Williams Valley's Unsung Hero Award. Coach Tim Savage tells this story. Nick grew up in a family where the only thing more important than sports was family itself. Because he was the last of 4 athletically talented brothers, he always had very high expectations when it came to sports. He displayed leadership and a positive outlook in every situation, on the field and in the classroom. In my 20 years of coaching, few athletes have stood out and will always be remembered for unique reasons. Nick Rodaichuk will be one of those athletes and one of those memories. He was among the greatest attributes to our football program, and he was, by far, the most competitive player I ever coached at Williams Valley. He earned a reputation for his physical toughness and desire throughout the Tri-Valley Conference. Nick is an honor roll student and a student council representative. He's a member of FBLA and the Stand Tall Against Drugs and Alcohol Club. He participated in the weightlifting club and the elementary guest reader program in all 4 of his high school years. The parents of Nick and this talented athletic family who have been here before are Charles and Joanne Rodaichuk. Their scholar athlete's son Nick has been accepted at Penn State's Wilkes-Barre campus and plans to follow in his dad's footsteps by becoming a certified land surveyor. A scholar athlete who epitomized toughness and will be remembered for a long time at Williams Valley High School, Nick Rodaichuk. Dave Hawley is the well-known president of Schuylkill Chapter 25, and this is a milestone year of sorts for him. It's his 25th year as our Schuylkill Chapter president. Our congratulations and our thanks to him for all he's done for the Scholar Athlete program over many decades. Dave's mark and personal touch are in every aspect of this program and this NFF chapter, from start to finish. His leadership is respected and admired and appreciated throughout the co-region and all the way to national headquarters in Texas. Dave has the duty and privilege to announce the Schuylkill County Scholar Athlete, as he has done so for many years, and we're ready to do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, our Scholar Athlete President, Mr. Dave Hawley.
Thank you, Larry. Before I announce this year's Scholar Athlete, I would ask, after I announce the name, would the parents of the Scholar Athlete please come forward to the podium. I will present the Scholar Athlete with a monetary check from the chapter, an autographed football autographed by all the Scholar Athletes. Commissioner Stottlemyre will present the Scholar Athlete trophy, and Jim Rhodes will present the scholarship from the Rhodes Foundation. I'd ask the Scholar Athletes to please stand. Let's give our Scholar Athletes another round. Scholar Athletes, would you please turn around and face the podium? 2016 Schuylkill County Scholar Athlete is Christian Puzzi, Blue Mountain.
On behalf of the Rhodes Foundation, it's a great honor that I'm here tonight to present Christian with a plaque and a $1,000 scholarship for him to continue his education career. Thank you. Congratulations.
Christian, we all have defining moments in our lifetime, and believe me, tonight definitely is one of yours. On behalf of myself and my fellow commissioners, congratulations.
Firstly, I would like to thank the committee for giving me this opportunity to represent my school and my community. I am truly honored to be chosen among a group of such talented student athletes, all of which I have great respect for. They are truly the best competitors both on and off the field that we have to offer. My journey through high school football was an unexpected treat. Sitting here as a freshman, I had not had a single varsity contribution and didn't truly know what the football lifestyle entailed. To the freshmen here today, I'll just say this. Where you are today, both physically and mentally, have no bearing on where you will be 4 years from now. Do not let anyone limit you. Do not let anyone put you down. Hard work pays off, and though I have figured that out now, I wish I had listened to the few people closest to me who have told me that my whole life. Football has brought so many positive things into my life, though otherwise I would not have. Even the ones who don't enjoy sports have to appreciate the way a football game, even at the high school level, can bring together a school, a town, and a group of brothers. I have been blessed to play alongside and against young men who have given their heart and soul to the game of football. The sport itself teaches values that can be used in many other parts of my life. Football has taught me to put the work in where nobody is watching, to focus on being the best version of myself possible. Football has also taught me the difference between being confident and being arrogant. Never be ashamed of your accomplishments, but don't let those accomplishments fill your head. Lastly, I would like to thank the people who were the most influential towards me in the past 3 years. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Kerstetter and Mr. Mike Brennan, for recognizing my potential and starting me off on the right foot. Thank you, Brad Lukasak, for taking me under your wing and teaching me everything you could. Thank you, Dr. Phillips, Dr. Brayford, and Dr. Malloy, who I'm not sure are here tonight, for keeping me healthy throughout the last 4 years. Thank you, Mr. John Zima, for turning a strong leg into a refined kicker and helping me achieve my dream of playing Division I football. Thank you, Derek Flail and Frank Gaffney, for teaching me the importance of the weight room and mental toughness. Thank you to Coach Mabry for never doubting me, always having my best interest in mind and setting me up for success day after day. And thank you, I want to thank my parents, my mom and dad, for having my back on the field and pushing me in the classroom.